Let's kill the noise right now. There is no such thing as a magic bullet that fixes bad aim or poor planning. I see guys at the range every weekend burning cash on the newest, trendiest short magnum whatever because some forum thread told them it was the future. Stop it. When the adrenaline dumps, when the weather turns sideways, and you need to put food on the table or defend your perimeter, marketing hype dissolves. Physics doesn't. We are talking about the only 5 hunting cartridges that actually matter heading into 2026. I'm not listing these based on what's shiny or new. I'm ranking them from the specialized tools that do one thing perfectly, all the way up to the single most versatile workhorse that dominates the North American continent. This isn't a sales pitch. It's a reality check for your survival plan. We are building this list from the ground up, starting with the long-range specialists and climbing the ladder to the undisputed heavyweight champion of versatility. If you want a safe queen, go watch a commercial. If you want a tool that puts targets down at center mass, stay tuned. Let's address the elephant in the room immediately. This cartridge is the new kid on the block that the old guard loves to hate. Think of it as the tech-savvy intern who shows up to the job site with a laptop while everyone else is holding a sledgehammer. He's annoying, but he gets the work done efficiently. Here is the reality. The 6.5 Creedmoor is the easy button of the shooting world. I was at a PRS match last month and watched a 12-year-old girl ring steel at 800 yards like she was playing a video game. Why? Because the recoil is non-existent. It doesn't beat you up. You can spot your own trace and watch the impact. However, don't buy the magical death ray marketing. It's a medium game cartridge. It relies on sectional density and precision, not raw brute force. If you are hunting whitetail or antelope, it is a surgical tool. But if you quarter away on a bull elk at 500 yards, you might find yourself tracking a blood trail until midnight. Reality check. It shoots flat and soft, but displacement matters. It lacks the heavy punch when things go wrong. If the Creedmoor is the college kid, the .270 Winchester is the gray-haired marathon runner who can still outpace you without breaking a sweat. This is the cartridge that built the modern American hunting tradition. You cannot talk about the .270 without mentioning Jack O'Connor. He preached speed, and he was right. This round is a laser beam. I remember guiding a hunt in Wyoming where the wind was gusting 20 miles per hour. The client was using a .270 with 130 grain bullets. He held dead on at 300 yards and dropped the buck in its tracks. The velocity creates a hydrostatic shock that shuts down the nervous system instantly. The downside? It's a long action. You're carrying a longer receiver, a longer bolt throw, and it can be hard on meat if you hit the shoulder at close range. It's fast, sometimes too fast for its own good. Reality check. It's not the trendiest pick, but speed kills. Sorry. Speed neutralizes threats faster than almost anything in its class. Now we are stepping into the Magnum class. This is where we separate the weekend warriors from the serious mountain hunters. The 7mm Remington Magnum is the sniper of the group. It is sleek, aerodynamic, and designed to reach out and touch something across a canyon. The ballistic coefficient on these 7mm bullets is basically cheating physics. They retain energy way out past 600 yards where the non-magnums run out of gas. I have a buddy in Colorado who swears by this for elk. He calls it the hammer of Thor. He took a cross-canyon shot last season. 1 round, clean, ethical harvest. But you pay for that performance. The blast is sharp. It's loud. It burns barrels faster than your truck burns gas. You need a 24 or 26-inch barrel to get the full potential, which makes the rifle a specialized tool, not a brush gun. Reality check. If you hunt open country where the air is thin and the shots are long, this is your huckleberry. Just invest in good ear protection. If the 7mm is a sniper, the .300 Winchester Magnum is a heavyweight boxer with brass knuckles. This is the most popular Magnum cartridge on the planet for a reason. It is the gold standard for North American big game when you absolutely, positively need to anchor a target. This cartridge has military DNA. It's been used by snipers to stop threats at distances that require a map to calculate. When you hit a target with a 180 or 200 grain bullet from a .300 Win Mag, the conversation is over. There is no tracking. There is just processing. The trade-off is the punishment. I don't care how tough you are. Sitting at a bench and zeroing a lightweight .300 Win Mag is miserable. It kicks like a mule. I've seen grown men develop a flinch after 3 shots, and a flinch means a miss. It's also overkill for 90% of what average hunters do. You don't need a sledgehammer to hang a picture frame. Reality check. It hurts on both ends. But when you are staring down a grizzly or a moose, you will never complain about having too much gun. And here we are. The king. The .30-06 Springfield. I know half of you are rolling your eyes right now. You wanted something exotic. You wanted a secret weapon. But I told you this wasn't about hype. It's about reality. The .30-06 is the boring, reliable, unshakable grandfather of modern ballistics. It has fought 2 world wars and put more meat in freezers than all the other cartridges on this list combined. Think of the .30-06 as the quintessential American pickup truck. It's not a Ferrari. It's not a tank. But it will haul whatever you need to haul, anywhere you need to go, every single time you turn the key. The superpower here is versatility. That is the magic word. You can load this thing down with 110 grain accelerators for varmints, or you can load it up with massive 220 grain round-nose bullets that hit like a freight train. I was on a trip in rural Alaska a few years back, and a buddy of mine lost his ammo luggage at the airport. Nightmare scenario, right? We walked into a tiny general store that sold fishing bait and jerky. Sitting right there on the shelf, between the chewing tobacco and the motor oil, was a green and yellow box of .30-06 core locks. Trip saved. You cannot do that with a 6.5 PRC or a 28 Nosler. It strikes the perfect balance. It hits harder than the Creedmoor or the .270. It kicks significantly less than the .300 Win Mag. It sits right in that sweet spot where shootability meets stopping power. Reality check. It's 100 years old, and it's still the standard by which every other cartridge is measured. That is not nostalgia. That is dominance. If you can only own one rifle to survive, hunt, and defend, this is the one. So, what is the takeaway here? We live in an era of ballistics marketing that tries to sell you a solution to a problem you don't have. They want you to believe that a new case shape or a sharper shoulder angle will make you a better shooter. It won't. The 6.5 is great for recoil management. The 300 Win Mag is the king of distance. But you need to pick the tool that matches your terrain, not the magazine covers. Stop obsessing over feet per second and start obsessing over your trigger time. A hit with a .30-06 is infinitely better than a miss with a .300 Ultra Mag. I want to hear from you down in the comments. If you had to walk out your door tomorrow and never come back, which one of these 5 are you grabbing? Or did I miss your go-to caliber? Let me know. If you want more no-nonsense gear breakdowns without the fluff, lock it in right here. Stay safe. Shoot straight.